earthlings. BUB-IT Podcast say peace. BUB-IT Podcast word for the day is going to be steadfast. So it's been a couple days a few weeks since I dropped one. The heavy political climate that's been going on. The stress. Sucks to say stress when it's just, voting season, but stress of it, not so much for me, just the whole environment. It's been very uneasy. Some of us citizens voted to the left, some of us citizens voted to the right, some of us put in the independent vote, which really didn't matter either way it go. We know the two parties that hold sway over the governing body in this country. So, but it is what it is. So, well, presidential elect will take office January, I think it's the 20th, and a lot of people are worried if people who, even in his party, people who were against some of the things that he said, some of the things that he was putting out there that he wanted to do, people who may be on that shit list, as it were, may be a little concerned about him seeking some sort of revenge. He's been successful at filling up the Senate, filling up the House. He got his people all around him, so that makes certain individuals nervous. But hopefully those who were against the dude, even in his party, if he does attempt to do something that can be considered illogical for what's good in this country, or immoral for the constituents of this country, hopefully they'll still go out their way to block those moves. We don't know, we'll see. To my brothers who, because out of, I will say, maybe 7 men that I know, and 2 ladies, not black, but still 2 ladies that I know, voted that way. 1, 2, 3, including me, like I only know about 3, maybe 4 people who didn't vote to the right. They all voted. The 3, 4 that didn't vote to the right voted to the left. I didn't. I voted independent. Shout out Dr. Cornell West for even putting your name on the ticket. I feel both options was maybe not the best way, but America has spoken, and America feels that Mr. Trump is definitely the better candidate. To my brothers who voted to the right, and I've had these talks with specific individuals that I know personally, who, like I told them, you're not quoting policy, you're regurgitating rhetoric that you hear from the Trump cult and his devout supporters online. That's just a fact. And I know you. So ultimately what it really was you wasn't going to vote for no bribe. Most Americans, as fucked up as it may seem or come off, I'm just saying it is a patriarchy. Most Americans don't want a woman to rule. If Hillary wasn't going to get it, I don't see how the color sister was going to get it. I know a lot of people deal with that. I've even had one of my partners tell me, like, well, she ain't black. You know, I'm like, dude, she's black. First of all, people, listen. Sidebar. Black is not a true ethnicity. There's different versions of how it got here. Some people attribute it to white prejudice and bigotry. Okay, I feel you. Some people contributed to the blacks who migrated north and didn't want to be called Negro. So we just black and we proud. We're the opposite of the white oppressive powers in this country. Whatever. You know damn well if a Malaysian / I don't know, Haitian was in your neighborhood, you say they were black. We don't typically care about the very specifics, genealogies of people when they're mixed with black. So the two homies that said that, and then one of you niggas is mixed. Just say I don't want to vote for a woman. One of my favorite comedians, who I don't always agree with their personal opinions, was honest about it. He said, I'd rather deal with a bigot than deal with, as he put it, a lying bitch. Okay. You rather deal with a lying bigot than a lying bride. Oh, well, okay, that's cool. Whatever, to each his own. The whole criminal immigrant element. I mean, gratuitous violence, egregious acts, a human violation is just what it is. I understand it though. You don't want immigrants coming over into the country committing crimes. We have our own domestic criminal issues to deal with. I would say that we should just make sure we're making that same energy applicable to violent criminals or violent crime all across the board. All across the board, then. You know, there was a lot of fear baiting and hate mongering on both sides. Both sides resorted to pointing the finger. That's been going on forever. It's nothing new. I was really hoping that somebody would take the higher ground and be like, look, straight down the middle, we need to work together. If we are going to finally start being the face of the commoner out there working, moving along our economy, especially those in essential fields. And yes, damn it, I don't toot the horn just because I'm one. Drivers are essential workers. We don't get to live like doctors. We don't get to live like some of these other essential workers, but we're essential. And if you're not going to be able to come to the table and say, I don't really care what what my personal morals rest with on which side of the scale, left or right, then it's the same old, same old. You're lobbying for power, you're lobbying for a political position to further your career and pad your pockets. Everybody else can sip on that struggle juice. That's what it is. That's what it is. Disappointing. We can't say that the left party, the Democrat, is the more moral party when y'all got some of the same practices when y'all back up against the wall as these motherfuckers. And I'm gonna be honest, I really don't give a fuck that Biden pardoned his son. I don't know too many people, unless the son or daughter violated them specifically. I don't know too many people, if they had power to let somebody, one of their loved ones out of a legal bind, they wouldn't do oh, he freed this, and a lot of people on the right, you know, he freed this person, that person, and these persons are now, you know, lobbying for his campaign. It's cool. It's cool. I didn't see nobody that is significant to regular life get pardoned. Did he pardon Harry O? Okay, that's cool. A lot of people was happy about that. You know, the Little Waynes, the Harry O. Hey man, anybody that can get out of jail, that's cool. I'm for it. I feel you. I'm happy for you. I have a personal member of my family that was released from prison this year in the fourth quarter. So, hey, man, I'm happy for him. I feel you. I'm right there with you. But these people are, aside for that one person, that's actually a couple people in my personal, they're related to me personally. I dig it. But, you know, releasing stars or whatever, the people of money and power doesn't really significantly benefit me or change me. But then again, still, peace to those people. I'm happy they got to come home. Anybody who is not a violent criminal or unnecessary violent criminal, I would like to see them coming home. The little young brother, I forget what city it is, Temecula, I think, that stabbed a motherfucking Mexican. They jumping him at the school, whatever. They get arrested him for that. The school said, you know, we don't tolerate violence of any kind or whatever. But I didn't hear him say nothing about the two boys jumping on this nigga because he's a nigga. That's a California thing. We know what that is. I say free him. They got the footage of the boy getting jumped on 3-4 times. And yes, it's because he's black in a predominant Hispanic neighborhood. So I say free him. I don't consider that. I consider that self-defense. And every video of him squabble, he had 2 or 3 niggas, 2 or 3 of these motherfuckers on him. Cholo shit, I get it. I mean, we're from LA, that's how it go. We're from California. And the young brother was squabbling up every time, so shouts out to him. He was squabbling up from what I saw. But that's not a violent crime, and it's a violent act in self-defense. But it's something that I advise anybody in that situation to do. Not just because you black, anybody. More than one motherfucker trying to get down on you, get them up off of you. That wouldn't even really affect my personal life, but that is a regular person, and I see that of more value. I am more notion to be supportive of those kind of jail releases than like some person of wealth. A person of wealth, this is all transactional, in my opinion. But a lot of it is fact. It's like right there, everything that the right does is transactional. Everything that the left does is transactional. It's right in our face. But I don't think that people should anchor to despair. I think the one thing that we forget a lot about is these people are still, these are our, I guess, superiors in the sense of their obligation is governing the country, but they are still public servants. They're here to service us. The problem with police abuse of authority is that they are still public servants. That's the outrage. It being disproportionately some sort of violence enacted on people of color, that's a fact. Of course, a lot of people on the right don't like to acknowledge that. I don't know what that is, why they can't look that in the face and just call that out for what it is, but whatever. The problem with it overall is, number one, you take an oath to provide a certain service and you're abusing that authority. I will still always respect the gangster or whatever nationality you are, the gangster, over the motherfucker who claims to be acting officer or in some sort of policing agency and you a fucking thug. No, you're not going to get the same respect out of me. Not that you care, because you can blow a motherfucking head off and very little to no consequence for it. I don't think that people should completely despair. I think we should be more focused on holding individuals to what they said they were going to do. Now, if you're as a regular citizen, if your main concern is the border, I can dig it. Hold their feet to the fire on that. If you're as a commoner, a regular citizen, if your main concern is the economy and prices of things, that's most of our concern. But yeah, I can dig it. Hold their foot to the fire on that. But no, you motherfuckers was marching along in the boots and the pattern and boots that follow the pattern of these cults of personality. Both sides. Both sides. They can say anything. They could have said anything as long as they say something about the other side. You ask these people, these representatives, there are some people who I don't know them personally, but they just rub me the wrong way when you ask questions. Even the vice president was doing it. It was annoying me. You ask questions about what could you do about this issue that is causing some level of angst amongst the people, and they go, well, I can tell you that the other side, they did. And it's like, dude, that's not really answering you already starting out gouging at the eyes of your political opponent. I don't want to hear that shit. What could you do to fix these concerns? Medical, citizen concern, Medicare, the proper distribution of funds, governmental funds in the American people's life where it can help. Money that goes to foreign wars, foreign ventures, foreign endeavors, foreign conflicts. In the high billions of dollars. But when we say we got a homeless epidemic, we got a fentanyl epidemic, we got all the problems that we're having, oh, well, there's just not enough money. How? I do understand on a geopolitical level there is some significant, I would say by this stage in modern day times, responsibility to be of aid with nations that are considered an ally. I get it. I do get it. I do understand that nations that may not so well going with us, that we don't consider allies, positioning themselves to become stronger will inevitably potentially be a problem for our sovereignty and other adjacent ally sovereignty. I get it. But $80 billion and better and all that shit is a lot of money, homie. When I'm quite sure, I don't know, $80 million, $20 million from the states in our country that can afford it, and a significant amount of millions from the states in our country that are not as wealthy as the more Commonwealth states, could make a difference in our homeless condition. It was the winter, even in California this year, stepped up. It's cold as a motherfucker. Even the sun's shining right now, but it's cold as a motherfucker in Cali and SoCal. I could, if it's this cold in SoCal, I could imagine NorCal. I could imagine the other West Coast parts of this country, Arizona, Nevada. It's probably desert places. It's probably cold as a motherfucker. I believe Seattle's on, Washington is on the western border. It got to be cold than us. Some of them bitch out there. I work in the industrial area. So if I'm bundled up to go start my shift, and I do night shift. I'm not on the truck today, so shout out for that. regular clothes. So if I'm starting my night shift and I'm bundled up, and I'm looking at in industrial areas in California, I don't know about nowhere else. I do remember being over the road, so like I know Detroit, I know Chicago, certain industrial areas is a big homeless population, and you watch these motherfuckers out there with one thin ass blanket and trash bags. So I've been doing it out my pocket, and my pockets ain't on shit so far. Yeah, I am getting better. I am starting to do better with life. I'm thankful for it, but not quite there yet. But out their own pocket, you out there handing out safety vests. So they're in industrial areas, these trucks flying by at night, you know, they can't see them, accidents, people getting hurt. Put the safety vest on while you out here so we can see you. Here go a blanket. It should be like, I mean, it's like Walmart shit. It's not a flex. Believe me, it ain't like a motherfucker out here able to afford the highest shit. And out here about to do another campaign of feeding the homeless. All this shit is out me and a couple of my friends' pockets. It ain't much. You can just do what you do, because as not a good person I am, not a good man, never claimed that, never put that label on myself. I do have empathy for motherfuckers out here freezing and fucking hungry in this cold weather. I wish I could do more. Trying to figure out to wrap my head around it, how you could do more without the fucking camera showing the shit. Just do it, or whatever. These are issues that really affects the voter, the worker, the blue collar, white collar, and the motherfucker with no collar at all. These are the issues that affect the populace. And what can be done about it on a political scale through legislature? Whenever something good comes down the pipe that'll help, it's blocked. So it always does, always has, and always will annoy me when these campaign seasons start and you people get to talking about this or that for the American people, but your policy is usually very, very reminiscent of somebody trying to pad their own pockets or position themselves on some sort of agenda that is only beneficial to the elites operating in this country. Yeah. Blatant shit in the media this go around. Blatant shit. Authoritarian, totalitarian, tyrannical bids and pleas for policy change to get the higher ups financially, politically, out of some sort of legal trouble that you and I go straight to jail for. And the American people still say, yeah, we want that. Yeah, all right, I heard that. Try not to operate in despair. I would say try not to operate in despair. A lot of talk, all the little antics, that's online shit though, you know, purge this or purge that, and goofy brother with the little podcast, I ain't gonna even speak on it, that's visiting these very alt-right, essentially straightforward white nationalist podcast talking about, yeah, we got to get these immigrants out. I like the episode where the Wood told your ass, the white boy told your ass straight up. You do understand, we appreciate all the support and everything, but you do understand this doesn't include you. We're trying to clear this country up, and we'll be getting rid of you too. That was hilarious. Now you want to start calling him cracker and calling him out his name, even though he was already you dropping in bombs left. You people are really sheep. For real. The cult of personality. Them niggas need the cult of personality. These partisan motherfuckers need to be doing like the LAG car and be rolling around talking about move the gang. Y'all need to move the gang. Do it moving or do it rolling, whichever one. Because y'all are essentially political thugs and mentally clueless to the depths of legislature and how it can actually affect you because you like something biased that a political person says about his opponent. And you agree with the little prejudice, nuance, and innuendos that they put out there. And then they try to, oh no, I'm not, he didn't mean it like that. He didn't say, it's some dudes that I don't know them personally, but they rub me the wrong way. I say this dude is like real goofy to me. Byron Donalds. I be like, my nigga, you used, so a program provided by the system helped you. You had a criminal past, helped you get out. But now you don't think other people should be able to take advantage of that program. Okay? Very intelligent, man, like Candace Owens. I will never say these people are not intelligent. Their ability to articulate their perspective is on point. They are uber intelligent individuals. Very, very smart. Very, very well endowed with their perspectives are, and equally they are equipped with the ability to sway in their bias and not acknowledge some of the very significant points placed in front of them. And what do? Just like on the left, so be on the right, as below, above, etc. What about your candidate saying this thing, whatever the thing may be it racial, be it immoral, be it chauvinist, whatever it is? Well, what about when that one said that? Yeah, what about youisms, the tit for tat? So my thing is that these people are, however they may talk about each other on these media outlets, these people sit down and eat lunches and dinners together at the greatest restaurants you and me won't be going in so easily, restaurants that we got to save up to go for. Of course, including the social media people who online, if they so baller, we're not talking about y'all. We know y'all are not commoners. Y'all are big balling, big wheels, big whips. I live in a middle class neighborhood. I see a lot of you people in your nice car. I know you live in an apartment. I know you're renting that out, but whatever. We'll exclude y'all for ego's sake. But we, the regular people like me, we save money. We plan to go to those places. We don't just walk up in there just because it's fucking Tuesday at 11 a.m. and say, yeah, we're going to sit down and have the lobster bisque. No, it doesn't happen. These people sit in each other's face. Just like when OG brother, Larry Wade, haven't seen him in years. Shout out to Big Rat. Twilight Zone Compton. Still to this day, I would consider him my OG. I'm not from Twilight Zone, but he was my OG in Islam and in many things when I was studying it. He told me public defenders, it's their job to go in there and fight for you, but they sit down with the prosecutor and have lunch, and they laugh. They know each other's children. They probably attend the same Christmas parties and shit like that. Case in point, you, sir, are a regular citizen. You do not operate in any of the governmental branches. That is not your occupation. You are a regular person. And the only person that's going to properly defend you or stand for you is you. And that goes to everybody that's drinking the Kool-Aid, left or right, left or right. I don't attest to barter any support to any side. I believe that we as people should, congratulations to all the folks, my people included, that voted on the right. Congratulations to all my people that voted on the left. Or, though, if you didn't vote at all, I can't congratulate that, but I understand. I can go, congratulate that too. Fuck it. I understand. I do understand the sense of helplessness. I do understand. But participate in the process, I understand. More of us should. Be more knowledgeable of what these agencies' roles are and what policy is and how the full total length of the bill. This is boring reading. Political science is boring as fuck. Not gonna lie. It's boring to read this shit. It's boring to look on ballots and read the names and see who's up for election and what the terms that and what their policies were and what they did while they were in office and how long, and follow their career and do the research on them and how did they start, what school did they go to, whatever. It's boring shit. I ain't gonna lie. For those of us inept to do it, you do it so you can have some level of understanding of what these things mean when they push it across the Senate or Congress floor to get it passed and how it will affect you. Because the big overhead of the bill is something that might be very obvious, very on the surface. You know, we need border control. Yes, we do. But then there's those little side bills and smaller bills in the same bill, which I still don't like how they do that. Break it up so we can give full attention to what the actual meaning of a singular bill means. And it might help some of us who are not political science inclined or knowledgeable or know what each official and what in each office and what their duties and jobs is and how that applies to us, or what numbers to call when we have a gripe. How we as the citizen can hold these people in office, you know, hold them accountable for their actions, praise them for what they do that's well, and definitely hold them accountable for the things they don't do that's good for us. These are methods of being steadfast. Be steadfast in some engagement with this. And I'm not talking about trolling motherfuckers online either. That shit, man, listen. That shit's neither here or there. But it is what it is. Try not to anchor yourself to despair. I understand people like the brashness of Trump. I understand people who are uneasy about having a woman, especially a woman of color, in power. I definitely know y'all don't want Dr. Cornel West in there because he comes off as pro-black, but you see how I can't say what he was going to do? I got people actually saying to me, oh, Kamala was going to do this. Nigga, when you sit down and have lunch or dinner with Kamala, know what the fuck she was going to do. I know what she said on TV. Trump's going to do this. How the fuck? Okay, so what? You got his number? You talk to him every day? You don't know shit. Shut up. Shut your goofy ass up. You like the things that they said on TV. We can only hope that when it comes to the things that they claim to put in policy that are going to be that would be to the behest of day-to-day life for the citizen, We hope that they're honest about it. That's the most we got. However, no one knows until we know, and we're about to find out. BUB-IT Podcast do say peace. BUB-IT Podcast word for the day is steadfast. Some more of it. Beautiful, beautiful Saturday. Happy Saturday. Saturday morning. It's just some more of it. And we will see if shit is on fire. Hopefully not. I don't hope for that. If shit is on fire in 2 years, all we can say is, well,